This week we'll be talking about a double powdering process. Before I explain about the double powdering process, first I have to give some insight to the process, and it begins by explaining a critical dimension of the lithography process. Critical dimension is a minimum feature size of the process, and it is determined by a wavelength of our light. As we learned about the semiconductor fabrication process, we want to achieve a smaller, much denser, and very highly detailed semiconductors on our efforts to increase our profit margins. So it is obvious to get a smallest possible critical dimension. However, uh, critical dimensions are really linked to a more smaller chips. However, it is near impossible to engineer the wavelengths of light. And for years, the semiconductor industry has been stuck to that critical dimension problem. And that's where the double patterning process comes in. Double patterning process, you can tell it by the name, is we pattern our wafers twice rather than one time. And there are two big approaches in the double patterning process, which are LELE, the litho etch process, and the SADP, self-aligned double patterning process. LELE, quickly explained, is a process achieved by a lithography etching and doing another lithography etching process, and it is used for backend backend process of our semiconductor process, and also for FinFETs. Second one is the SADP, and the core difference between the LELE approach is that we do the lithography once, and the rest of the work is done by spacers. Uh, spacers will spacers will do a lot of work for this process, uh, as it becomes a photoresist and will be a next mask for our second etching, thus achieving a double patterning process. The SADP process is used on the front end of the line. Thanks for listening. This has been Young Kim.